must flee. Let all heaven and earth be silent, y'all, into his tabernacle. Let all heaven and earth be silent, Yahuwah, and into his tabernacle today. This is a day that Yah has made. We rejoice on Yom Shishi. And Yom Shishi, Barakah his name today. As we blow the shofar, understand. Welcome Yahuwah into his tabernacle. We want to thank you, we thank you. In this house today, one more time on Shabbat, on Yom Shishi, on Shabbat day. We thank you for another Shabbat, another week, Yeshua. You don't prosper all week long, kept us all week long, gave us breath of life. And we had food in our stomachs, had rest, covering over our head, gave us oxygen to breathe, Yeshua. Closing our back, Yah. We want to thank you all week long. You kept us from the enemy. Have your hand upon us, Yeshua. We want to thank you. We praise you, honor, give you glory today. We thank you on the Shabbat day. We thank you for everybody that's here today, who made it here today, Yahushua, that put in the spirit to be here, Yah. I thank you, Yahushua. Bless the other king on his own way, Yeshua. Sister Belicha, I pray for them, the kids, Yah. For everyone name by name, one that's here right now, Yah, we thank you. For letting us come here one more time to worship you, one more time to bless you, one more time to seek your face. And I thank you, Yeshua, for keeping me, Yah. And my mind stayed on thee, Yah. You see, you give us perfect peace. And we seek your face we seek in the house of Yah. We come to reverence your Kaddish name today. We come to reverence you, for you are Kaddish. For you are Kaddish. You said, remember Shabbat and keep it holy. You said, remember Shabbat. We remember you. And we want to keep it Kaddish. We want to come and give you honor. We want to come and be set apart this day. To bless your name today, for you made the fish of the sea, the fowls of the air. Yahushua, you made the creeping things on the earth, Yah. You made the beasts of the field. Yah, you made man and female in your own image, gave them the breath of life, made them a living soul. We thank you, Yahuwah. We thank you, Yahuwah, made the sun, the moon, the stars. Yah, you made all these things, but you rested on the seventh day. You blessed it, then you sanctified this day. And forevermore, we bless. You have blessed this day. This day was set apart before you made heaven and earth. It was in the heavenly tablets, Yahushua, the submarine tablets. You are written there. And you made this day for Yeshua to worship you. But we come to bless you today. We come to seek your face today. Let's say Elohim's prayer together. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Man may be seated in the house of Yah, in the house of Yah. Again, I welcome everybody again, one more time, in Shabbat, beginning Shabbat. Welcome to the El-beth-el Saturday Church, TV Land, Bishop Ronald K. Hairston Jr. Welcome to the house of Yah. It's good to be here, good to be here, good to be here. I don't know about anyone else, but right now, even though body ain't acting right, teeth ain't acting right, mind ain't acting right, I'm done up, but I'm glad to be in the house of Yah, no matter what, to bless his name. Everybody else is doing their thing, to and fro, run up and down the streets. The eagle done flown today. Everybody got paid today. Wondering what they're going to do today, what they're going to do this weekend, what they're going to do tonight. But tonight, we're in the house of Yah. Our mind set to be in Him. Our mind set to seek Him. Mind set to praise Him. Mind set to love Him. Mind set to do all that we can. Yahushua, we thank you. And we praise you, Yah, that we can be here to bless your name. We're here at 118 Chaney Avenue, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Time of service again. We started here on Yom Shishi at 7. We got Yom Shabbat. Tomorrow at 11:30, Shabbat. And we got study instruction of Torah. Yahuwah study instruction of Torah on Yom Ravi at 7 o'clock. So again, I welcome everybody to the house of Yah. The creed of El-beth-el is Ephesians 4:5. We believe one Yah, one faith, one baptism. One Yah. We serve only one that sits on the throne. One faith, the death, burial, and resurrection of Yeshua. And baptism must begin. You must be born again of the water and spirit. He said, no man shall see the kingdom of Yah unless you born again of the water and the rock. That's what he said. Water is baptism. You must be born again of the water. When you believe and be baptized, when you believe and repent, then you be baptized and get your sins washed away. That's why Yukonan and immersion. That's why he was sent, prepare the way of Yah, El Elohim. He baptized people for remission of sins. Then when Yahushua said that, this should be preached in Jerusalem, beginning at Jerusalem, in my name, beginning at Jerusalem. That's when Apostle Kepha said it. You must repent and be baptized, everyone in your name, Yeshua, for remission of sin. That's where the church was born. That's where the church came from, with the rock of this coming forth. The evidence is speaking in tongues. That's when the church started, officially started, and the people were being filled with the rock of Yah. And then Kepha told them, man, they was pricked in their heart when he told them they crucified the Mashiach. They said, men and brother, what should we do? And the apostle said, repent. Told them repent and be baptized. And then you should receive remission of sins. Repent and be baptized in the name of Yeshua for remission of sins. Other creed is Ephesians 2. Chapter 2, verse 20, our foundation built upon the apostles and the prophets, and Yahushua Mashiach is chief cornerstone. We obey what the apostles and the prophets say, and the apostles, they walked with Yahushua. The prophets, they were foretold about Yahushua. They told them about the kingdom, the mysteries of Yah and what's going to happen. Now they came to pass, and we believe what the prophet said. We speak what the prophet said, because they was Kodesh men that were filled with the Ruach Kodesh, that moved when Yah spoke, they moved, they wrote. As they move with the rock of dish. Just bear with me, I'm just trying to hang today with my mouth. But again, I thank y'all. The phone number at Bethel is 910-388-5295. That is a Bethel phone number, and my phone number, Bishop phone number is 910-381-3056. All right. Okay, I hope I didn't get anything. But it's good. I have my elder back, Elder Ishmael back. Be missing action about a couple weeks. You are missed, sir, just to let you know. Glad to have you back here. My brother back in being faithful. My brother back in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I love it. Being faithful to the house of Yah. I pray that you continue on coming faithfully, because Yah is going to use you mighty. I'm a teacher. Wherever I know, I'm a teacher. Wherever what you don't know, I'm going to be your backup. We're going to extend the mic over to my brothers, and I want y'all to praise y'all. I want you to lift up y'all, share a testimony, share a scripture, give y'all the glory, give y'all the praise for His word. I know He did great things for you all week long. Responsive living. But today is the Shabbat day. Today you give Him reverence. Today you let Him know what y'all has done, and give Him glory while He sits on His throne. All right? Here's my brother.
Praise.
Praise it. Hey.
Praise y'all. Yeah. Just want to thank Lord God, y'all, for being here another day in His presence. Thank Him for waking me up this morning again. Didn't have to do it, but He did, letting me know that I have another day to serve Him. Another day that whatever His will is, and I must seek Him diligently, seek Him with all my might, all my heart, all my soul. And it's been a blessing this week. If I'm doing the right thing, then Yah will let you know by His blessings. And today I've been blessed. I praise report that I got called for an interview in Apex, North Carolina, at a distribution center at the Apex Tool Group, and then I got emailed, and then they didn't want to see me on Wednesday, so we'll prayers for me on that one, that if it's y'all's will that I be serve in that place to do His will, not just for the money, but to do His will. And I pray that He put me in a place that He needs me to be at, just to serve somebody, to be servant to Him, but also to bless somebody, and also to save souls. And that's what the business we are in. We are here to save souls. So, and then on top of that, I also been blessed with another opportunity in Swansboro for another job, day by day. They said I went to the unemployment office, a temp agency. They said the person needs some help running their shop for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It doesn't pay much, but I know that's not the reason why I'm going. So, with that being said, and we met of hours, and God, y'all has blessed me with 2 opportunities. If you stay faithful and you stay focused on Him and keep the faith, and He will bless you exceedingly abundantly, all of you ask a day.
First of all, I give praise to Yah, and I thank Him for giving me another day of life, and I am so glad to be here again. It's been a while. Oh, and for all of you here and out there in TV land, if you decide to go camping, don't bother going to Leon Lake. It's nothing. It's just a little teeny thing. You have better thing going to the park around here, more area. Anyway, I am grateful to be back here. I missed everyone here. Saw Brother Fabian yesterday when he honked at me while I was riding my bike, doing my exercise, and it's good to be alive, praising Yah. Amen.
Glory to Yah, through Yahusha. I'm glad to be here on another Shabbat amongst brothers and sisters. Pray that it's a Barak Shabbat, and Yah will be done. Pray He bless us as we keep the Shabbat.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Right. All right, Sister Sue, go up. You up? I hear you. Give y'all the praise.
Yeah, she cut off.
Okay. Well,
You go ahead.
I don't know. I had to be anything else to read. Let's go to Isaiah 66.
Isaiah 56.
Yep.
56. Yes, Yahoo.
Starting at verse 21. And I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, saith Elohim. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, saith Elohim, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, or Shabbat to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Elohim. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of men that have transgressed against me, for their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
Come on. That was yes, Yahoo 66. I'm sorry about that. Since I said 56, I read yes, Yahoo 56. You anything else to say, Sister Sue?
It's been pretty good since I got back here, and a little bit on the cold side at nighttime, but other than that, it's been good.
All right, I guess it's jacket time for you up there, huh?
Oh.
Kind of got a little nippy down here. It get a little nippy down here where in the morning time you gotta wear a little jacket, but I'm kind of happy. You go out here with short sleeve shirt, which is pretty good. The weather's changing. Since that last hurricane came through, the weather started to change for real, which is good, so we know. But it's surprising, I'm watching all the trees that's still budding and everything. New budding, new leaves and everything. I don't understand that in fall. trees are turning, blooming, blossom. So we know that's a sign of Yahusha coming back. You know, the signs of the times. Like he always said that. You know, he rebuked the Pharisees and Sadducees because they didn't know when Yahusha was coming. And like he said, don't let them rebuke us. And we see the signs of the time. We see the end times of the world and what's going on here and there. That we know Yahusha is coming back for his people. So we must be ready. Must be ready. Must be ready. Again, I thank Yahusha for all what he has done. He's doing great things. Yahuwah is doing great things. He's doing great things for his people. And I'm thankful for that being part of his people, Yisrael. For me, you know, I'm giving praise because, like I said, I'm working my way to go to Cush. And I'm so excited that the money's coming in. And like I said, I was kind of upset because the fair was shut down. But y'all has given me another avenue. I'm doing a lot of work. A lot of insurance claims been coming through from Florence. So I thank you, Hurricane Florence. Hurricane Florence don't bless me. Thank you. When they thought it was evil, y'all meant it for good. When they think for evil, Satan thought it was evil to shut me down, do all he can, discourage me, frustrate me, and everything he can. Try to close down my business. You know what I'm saying? Try to shut down El-beth-el. You know, we're still praying for El-beth-el. El-Ishmael, you know, landlord talking about he's giving it up. He don't know if he's going to be up there anymore and give it to somebody else's hand. And he said he'll let me know. That's like a little sign that we might not be here. But so I rebuked that. You know, I rebuked on my business. And business partner talking about, well, he just want to close it down. So I went to go talk to the landlord. The landlord said, I didn't tell you to leave. That's right. I went to the horse's mouth. You know, and like I said, Satan will just throw little nuggets at, little trench things at you, little tickets and stuff like that, trying to get you worried, get you scared, get you discouraged, and try to get you to move. But I rebuke him right now in Yahusha's name. I rebuke him. I rebuke him. I rebuke him. I rebuke him every time. Because like I said, I had my trust in him because he was getting me discouraged because he don't want me to have faith. You know what I'm saying? You want me to leave, like he said, like he told Kepha, on your hold out little faith. Start trembling. You know, want to say, Yah, you don't want to see us die. And Yahusha's been with us all this time, especially in that boat when he was sleeping and stuff in that boat. And then he woke up and said, Yahusha, do you want us to die? He got there and calmed the storm. Then he rebuked him. You know what I'm saying? He was right there. And right there, Yahusha's with us every day. He's in us with the Rock Kadesh. He said we'll never leave us forsaken. The Rock Kadesh is in us. He's around us. And that's what Satan wants us to do. Satan wants us to fear and doubt him. And I just thank y'all that, you know, every time I can get on my knees and I can pray, you know, I can seek his face. We're in America where we're free. People understand that we are free to worship. So we take it for granted now, man, that, you know, we're so free, we don't even want to get down on our knees. We don't want to worship. We don't want to pray. We don't want to seek his face. And I just thank y'all that I got to get down on my face to seek him more. And just stay in his presence. Stay in his awe. That's what I long for, is always to be in his presence, always to seek his face, even though we live in a land that's so good. You eat anytime you want to, lay down, go sleep anytime to. You got to work, you know what I'm saying, find kind of job that you want to do. You know, you like your job, you know, find your own wife, you know, like your wife or what, you know. You know, we in the land, you know, utopia kind of like, you know. But is anybody seeking Yah? Is anybody desire to stay in his presence when it's good or bad? And it's good for us. It's hard to stay in his presence when it's good. When it's bad, we're always in his face. You know what I'm saying? Always when it's bad. But when it's good, I want to be in his face like when it's bad. That's what I'm trying. It's hard. I'm trying. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? And it's good. You know, even though my jaw's all messed up, man, it's like someone bust me in my jaw, my sore. And I'm trying to get to the dentist, but y'all, let's do on that. as the little money that he's giving me, I'm putting away. That's pretty bad that you got to pay your dentist like the bank, like a savings account. Him $50 here, Elder Isabel, $100 here, so I can get the 200 mark, just do the cleaning, then I get to the 200 mark to do the filling, so I get the 800 mark to do the cap. Because I ain't got no insurance, I ain't have nothing, but y'all has blessed me with businesses that come in, with TVs to do, with jobs to do at the shop, that I can manage to do that, manage to put away money for my mouth. Thankful that he's giving me money and everything too to go on a trip. You know, come on, sir. Welcome. Glad you're in the house of Yah.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
I know you crammed to get here, man. I'm glad you're here. Shalom, shalom. All right. What I was saying is, that's good. I'm watching y'all move. I'm watching y'all move through his people. He moved to me because he said, well, one door is shut, another door open. And I'm watching all these doors open. And I'm just praying for the strength. You know, I got these TVs coming mad in. I just did an insurance claim. I did 2 insurance claims. And it's about 5. I just write the paperwork and made $250.
All right.
That's all I got to do is send the paperwork in. Write the paperwork, get the paperwork, pay me. You know, $250. That's why I said I make more than a drug dealer. That's why I like saying that. I'm legal this time. And I'm thankful for that. Y'all has blessed me again. She said she got 2 more houses. So that's another $500 I'm looking at. Ching, 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 ching. So I can go to Kush. You know, my ticket's paid for. Elder, my motel room is paid for in Kush. Man, I got to spend the money now. Now all I got to do is get my visa right. That's all I'm working on, my visa. I go next week I go for my shots. You know, got to go to Raleigh for that. And then I just found out my brother told me that I was going to ask him, man, to take me back to Raleigh, man, take me back to Fayetteville. My appointment is next Wednesday at 11:30. He didn't know, but now I know you got a job interview Wednesday, and I got an appointment at Fayetteville again for my surgery. And then Friday I go back to Raleigh, and I go to Raleigh to get my shots. And then, like I said, y'all is opening great things. He's opened the doors. And like I said, the rent's getting paid here. Hey, commend to everybody at El-beth-el. They had a meeting up there. The other day, the other tenant says, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you're a good tenant. You know, we appreciate you. I said, wow. Like I said, we've been here for a while. We've been here about 7 years, 8 years. And he said, we're glad you're here. That's a good thing. You know, so I'm praying that we continue to be here at Bethel. I know we are, because Yah's name is here, and he says, keep the Shabbat. We keep the Shabbat. So we believe in that we're going to stay here, that we continue to praise his name, and then we start getting big, like Elder King said, we start growing, and we be looking for another building. But Yahuwah has been blessing us and keeping us. Yahuwah has been making his face shine upon and be gracious to Yahuwah, living his content upon and giving us peace in every way. We are ride on the high places of earth for Yah. I like it. Ride on the high places. You know, feed us with the heritage of Jacob, Jacob with the heritage of Abraham, with the dews of heaven, the heritage that he has given us, the blessings he has given us. And we're going to continue to get those blessings. We're going to continue to reap those blessings that he has given us. And I'm just thankful that he's given me the strength to continue on. I'm thankful for he's blessing my family, my mother, the house is getting together. I thank you for that. Little by little, me and my brother working hard, man. We're doing it, but we're getting it done. I thank him for that. Thank you for the job, the tower. Working on that still a little problem, but we're getting it. I thank you for Big Dog, still working on the problems there. But y'all is doing it. No matter my little problems ain't nothing. You know, people got worse problems than I, and I just got to remember that Yah has my problems. Yah, I cast my cares upon him, for he cares for me. You know, and like I said, we got to cast our burdens and our cares, our desires, what we lost and what we lack and what our needs and, you know, little things like that. Just don't put all on us. That's why I got to sit back, and that's why I share with you. I desire to be my face to the rug. I desire for to stay in my face and look to the east where the temple is at. We always look to the east, to Jerusalem, and continue looking and praying, you know, for he is our help, time need. He's our Abba. I thank you for my spiritual Abba. I thank you for his presence. Again, we're going to have Brother Fabian Wilitz, who will be speaking this evening. And I'll put you on my spot, my brother. You will be speaking next Friday. So get yourself together. I was going to tell you one-on-one, but since I got you, everything's moving so quick, you will be speaking on Fridays. Prepare you. So when I leave, you and Brother Fabian will be holding the house at El-beth-el. So I know you'll be looking for your interviews and probably starting a job soon. That's good. But when you get a chance, I want you to speak. Start speaking. I'll be teaching you and training you. That's what God's put in my spirit. Start teaching you and grooming you. Because you is a man of Yah. But I like how that when Yahusha, his brothers and sisters, man, they know about him until after he rose. Didn't believe. He walked with them, talked with them. They grew up in the same house. They seen the miracles and the deliverance and the healings and the raised for the dead. And it took Yahusha to raise from the dead to only believe him. Like he said, a prophet has no honor in his household. Yeah, it's my brother. It's my brother. But we do believe in Yeshua. We've been taught, grew up in churches all our life. And now we got a personal walk with Yahusha, which I'm thankful. A personal walk with him. And that's all it takes. You got a personal walk with him. You desire to serve him. You desire to walk with him. You desire to be in him. You desire to please him. That you trust in the Most High, Elohim. I'm going to present everybody to Brother Fabian. You up? You ready, sir?
Sure.
Come on. Get this microphone.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm thankful. I asked my brother to sit in for me, and he's helping me out. Like I said, I'm ready to go to the dentist. This thing's taking a toll of me. So, present to all y'all and others, this is Brother Fabian Wilitz, teacher for the day.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, Brother Ron asked me at the last minute, so I had to rush this. I think it's pretty well put together.
Just let you know when God sees them pop up, make sure you click them off, please.
Nah, this is a hard drive.
No. Oh, you got your own hard drive? I'm just saying some things do pop up, which I ain't took care of it. You know, so.
Y'all will nothing pop up like last time. Y'all will.
No, I'm just saying. I'm letting you know for order.
All right.
It might pop up.
Y'all will nothing pop up. Yeah. It's just from the hard drive. I was gonna do this lesson next week or something. It's about witches, you know, since we're in that season, you know what I'm saying? Got that vibrant witch spirit going on, and I'll just do a lesson on there, you know, remind people of that spirit and how it's growing. And just like we did with the music thing, we're gonna go back in the history of witches in America, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to Brother Ron about that a little earlier, you know. He was probably watching Big Time, Brother King. You'll get what I'm talking about in a few minutes. Oh, you too, Brother Ishmael. You know, but yeah, you know, y'all will let him go out. And all praise to y'all. Get started. So we're gonna go where witches started from a biblical sense, and go, you know, obviously go into some scriptures, and then show some, you know, precepts, you know, of how the world is accepting witchcraft. Not to hold this. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna start. First, I want to start off with this right here. This would, you know, if y'all don't know, this is the new Supreme Court judge. If y'all been watching the news, a lot of the Me Too movement, the women were mad and upset that he was
Excuse me, the Me Too movement?
It's called Me Too. It's a movement. It's like, oh, I've been raped, I've been sexually harassed. You know, Me Too. Okay, you know, cat calling, Me Too. It's like, you know, you know. And again, you know, rape and all that is not cool. You know, if you did that in the old days, you was done. I mean, you raped a woman. I mean, that was no, you know. Now, if she didn't yell, and she, you know, saying, and if she could be heard, you know, that's something else. You know, that's. You know, y'all enjoyed it, but you didn't want to marry him or something, you know, something. But rape is very serious in the Bible, and obviously, if anybody reads the story of Jacob's daughter, Dana being taken by the Canaanites, one of the Hamite princes, you know, they were killed. Yeah, they were killed because they defiled a daughter of Zion. So rape is very serious. So it's nothing to be like them. But again, women do lie, and that's one of the things women will do, and there are wicked women. So witches, and y'all, as we're gonna go on in the lesson, y'all said I forbid a witch not to even live. She not to even breathe. But tomorrow, some witches. There's called the witches of where is it? Dozens of witches. Now this is real. This is happening tomorrow on the Shabbat. Dozens of witches say they plan to gather in New York City this month to hex Court Justice Brett, who was sworn in to the nation's highest court last week, despite facing several allegations of sexual misconduct. Dakota something, a Brooklyn-based witch who is organizing the October 20th event, said the witches see the hex as a radical act of resistance that continues witchcraft's long history as a refuge and a weapon for the oppressed, downtrodden, and marginalized. So these witches are serious. This is all on Yahoo, CNN. It's a big thing, and I think they even charging $5 if you want to join in with the hex. I'm telling brother, they gotta make some money here. If they got all this power, they could just abracadabra some money. Some Benjamins.
Billions and trillions come up, man.
But we are. Yeah, they power is in tithes and offerings.
Win that lottery.
That's what I'm saying. They've been talking about that lottery today, man. $2 a ticket. People paying $2 a ticket.
$1 billion.
There you go.
I'll pass on it, but the lottery is cursed though. Most people get their money, their life goes down to hell. Most of these people got drug addictions, bad money management. No matter how much money you got, if you can't manage something, and then when you got more money, people give you more debt, and then you spend all the money, and then it be like $30 million in debt. You spent it all, But I think that was a great timing for this lesson too. Obviously Halloween is coming up. Samhain Day is a very demonic time, and the witches and demonic forces are coming out. Whether you agree with that judge or not, I don't really care about the society stuff like that. But I just thought it was hard. These witches are serious. But we're gonna start from their creation. Where witches originate from. Let me get mine. We'll go to the book of Enoch. Oh no, I want to read this for Brother Ron. Because what you was just saying a few moments ago, talking about the troubles and whatnot. But you talking about your troubles and yada yada. But this is 1 Chronicles 21. 21, probably around 14. Okay. Y'all put this on my spirit when I heard it. And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. Because it was a crime. It was a sin. You can't number Israel. And David said unto Joab and to the rulers of the people, go number Israel from Beersheba even to Dan, and bring the number of them to me, that I may know it. And Joab answered, the Yah make his people 100 times so many more as they be. But my master, the king, are they not all my master's servants? Why then doeth my master require this thing? Why will he be a cause of trespass to Israel? Nevertheless, the king's word prevailed against Joab. Wherefore Joab departed and went throughout all Israel and came to Jerusalem. And Joab gave the sum of the number of the people unto David. And all they of Israel were 1,000, 100,000 men that drew sword. And Judah was 400, 310,000 men that drew sword. But Levi and Benjamin counted he not among them, for the king's word was abominable to Joab. And Yah was displeased with this thing. Therefore he smote Israel. You see how one man called, this is not the topic, but it's a side note, how one person, all for one and one for all, that's what Yah is really about, family. You seen your brother do something, you didn't stop him? that's what Yah is about. You seen him do it and you didn't stop him? So, and David said, verse 8, and David said unto Yah, I have sinned greatly, because I have done this thing. But now I beseech thee, do away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. And Yah spake unto Gad, David's seer, saying, Go and tell David, saying, Thus said Yah, I offer thee 3 things. Now Yah is cold. I ain't gonna say Yah cold. Yah is very animated in his judgments right here. And this is not the point of it. It doesn't make the point, but he's very, animated. You know what I'm saying? Like, what weapon do you want to die? You want the axe? You want to die by water hose? Do you want to die? I mean, how you want this? Because
how you want this punishment?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
How you want this whooping?
And this was death. This time how you want to die.
I understand.
Yeah. But and David said unto Yah, verse 9, and Yah spake unto David, David's seer, saying, Go and tell David, saying, Thus said Yah, I offer thee 3 things, choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David, and said unto him, Thus said Yah, choose thee, either 3 years famine, or 3 months be destroyed before thy foes, while that the sword of thine enemies overtake thee, or else 3 days the sword of Yah, even the pestilence in the land, and the angel of Yah destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. Now therefore advise thyself, that word I shall bring again to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in great strife. Let me fall now into the hand of Yah, for very great are his mercies, but let me not fall into the hand of man. So I'll read a little bit, but 13 is the main point. So Yah sent pestilence upon Israel, and therefore fell of Israel 70,000 men, and Yah sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, Yah behold, and he repented him of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed it, Enough, it is enough, stay now thine hand. And the angel of Yah stood by the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite. And I was wanting to point out, we all go through things here and there, but on 13, what I'm saying, again, this isn't about this, anybody doing wrong. The point is, it's always the best to trust in Yah and to fall in his hands, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Verse 13, and David said unto Gad, I am in great strait. Let me fall now into the hand of Yah, for very great are his mercies, but let me not fall into the hand of man. So when I first read that always cheered my spirit, you know what I'm saying? Get your arm cut off, I'll be all right, Yah do something, you know what I'm saying? Something, you know what I'm saying? But just sharing, cheer up spirits. But we go with go in the book of Enoch, go in the history of witches, where they come from, and whatnot. It's going to be the book of Enoch. Somebody taught these witches how to be witches.
Yep.
And it wasn't Adam.
It was Satan and his boys.
It was Satan in the game, boys.
That's right.
Baby daddies.
Hey.
The original deadbeat baby daddies. But okay, this is Enoch chapter 6. We're gonna probably gonna go through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, when the children of man had multiplied, that that in the days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. I can't wait for that to come back, man. You know, I can't wait. Y'all will. I'll be in the kingdom. Boy, just man, everything gonna be woo. Man, beautiful. The flowers, just not the people, the flowers, the food. Pecan pie. I mean, everything's gonna be so better. What I'm saying? I love pecan pie. You know what I'm saying? But in the kingdom, the earth ain't gonna be defiled. Everything, the nutrients gonna be back in order. The apples, man, this is delicious. Yeah, the juicy ones, man. Yeah, what I'm talking about, man. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of man, and begat us children. And Jaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall be, and I shall alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and I'm sure y'all remember this, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecation, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swore they all together and bound themselves by a mutual imprecation upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon because they had swore and bound themselves by mutual imprecation upon it. And these are the names of their leaders. I'll skip over the names. Y'all want to read the names, y'all can. Chapter 7. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one. And they began to go in unto them, and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them, and this is the part of, with any man gonna give you something. When a woman is with a man, married man, anything, whether he's a drug dealer, whether he's a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, he's a firefighter, he's gonna teach her something. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they started to do. Hey, baby, you wanna learn how to do a little black magic? Show. You know what I'm saying? They was all for it. All right, and because remember, just like the other lessons, they're imprinting. A man is imprinting women normally with his spirit. Just imagine angels imprinting women with their spirit. I mean, that's a whole different level, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they taught them charms and enchantments and the cutting of roots. And who did they teach this to? This is the beginning of witches. This is how witches
went into the women, so they taught the women.
Yeah, but they didn't teach them. And my point is, they wasn't teaching Adam's, the man over there. They was teaching the women. And this is deep, because this is just like what Satan told. There you go. Oh, we on the same page, girl. Okay. Because this is the same thing. Yes. Satan promised Eve.
Yes.
You're going to be like God now.
That's
deep.
Yeah.
I'm glad I see you smiling. Yeah, there you go. All right. And the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with her herbs, and they became pregnant, and they bore great giants, whose height was, some translations say 3,000, some say 300. I'm more leaning towards 300, but ells, cubits, feet, who consumed all the acquisitions of man. And when man could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. Chapter 8. And Azazel. And remember that this fellow named right here for later on, Azazel. And Azazel taught man to make swords and knives You know, women, bad, no offense for women, but women get mad around knives is a problem. You know, the first thing they making here is knives and sword, you know. Angry woman in the kitchen, you know, I heard, you know, we all heard stories, you know.
We ain't bothered.
You know, and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and bracelets, and ornaments, and use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all of coloring textures. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and many were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Samjaza taught enchantments and cutting of roots. Aromos, the resolving of enchantments. Bar something taught astrology. You know, a lot of these witches are big in enchantment, root cutting, astrology. This is where they're getting all this stuff from their baby daddies. Kokabal, the constellations, you know, big on the, ooh, what's my horoscope, ooh, you know, my lucky numbers, all this stuff. Where they getting this stuff? Esquel, the knowledge of the clouds. April, the signs of the earth. The signs of the sun. And Sorel, the course of the moon. And another thing, women and their cycles are, you know, very connected to the moon cycles. You know, if anybody do research on that, their cycles are very connected. Because the moon is the feminine principle and the sun is the masculine principle. And as man perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. And then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all the lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. And they said one to another, the earth made without inhabitants, and cries the voice of their criers up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the Holy One of heaven, and the souls of man make their suit, saying, bring our cause before Yah. And they said to Yah of ages, Yah of masters, Yah of masters, King of kings, and Yah of ages, the throne of thy glory standeth unto all the generations of the age. And they name holy and glorious, and blessed unto all the ages. Thou hast made all things, and power over all things hast thou, and all things are naked, and open thy sight. And thou seest all things, and nothing can hide itself from thee. Thou seest what Azazel has done, who has taught all unrighteousness on earth, and revealed the eternal secrets. So, you wonder why, you know, this is some deep stuff you have to think about. This is what Satan promised Eve. I'm about to open your eyes, girl. Not Adam. Adam's still looking like, oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man. She getting the benefits, you know, demonic benefits of this, because they teaching her this, and all her offspring and whatnot, who have taught all unrighteousness on the earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were kept in heaven, which man were striving to learn. And Simjaza, to whom thou hast given authority to bear rule over his associates, and they have gone to the daughters of man upon the earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, and reviled and revealed to them all kinds of sins. And you see why a lot of when wicked men, just like it flows into the incubus lesson a couple weeks ago. See, when these women get with these wicked men, and these wicked men give them, like Bonnie and Clyde. You know, I ain't saying which one was wicked first, or they both wicked, but I'm just saying, like, imagine if Clyde was wicked first, and he came to, well, El-beth, how he was turning out them women. When the wicked man come to them and bringing something that she is interested and yearning for, she will long to do the will of that wicked man. And this is what they're doing here. You know, just like the NBA players, you know, these men of stature, these great and mighty men, the men with money. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'll take you around the world tonight. We go to Paris, and then tomorrow be in New Orleans, and then go on the boat. She's like, oh, yeah. You know, unless she's grounded in the word. You know, that's, you know, preach the Proverbs 31. That's why you got to raise your daughters and your loved ones, you know, in the word, so they can, you know, understand the traps of that, you know. And the women have bore giants, and the whole earth have thereby been filled with the blood of unrighteousness. And now behold, the souls of those who have died are crying and making their suit to the gates of heaven, and their lamentations have ascended and cannot cease because of the lawless deeds which are wrought on the earth. And thou knowest all things before they come to pass, and thou seest these things, and thou doest suffer them, and thou doest not say to us what we are to do to them in regard to these. You know, that's another thing. You know, it's something, you know, I really meditate and study on. Man, y'all is very like, you be like, y'all, what's up, y'all? Why you ain't doing nothing? You know, y'all just be like, man, my patience great. You know what I'm saying? You be like, yeah, they killed 100 people. I know. Yeah, they killed 1,000 people. She just broke into my house, y'all. I know. Y'all is very merciful and very patient. So, you know, again, you know, it's a thing about patience that we must learn. But that's why nobody's gonna have an excuse on Judgment Day. Cause like, man, I was super patient with you, man. All the time you was hitting that crack pipe, I was like, Bobby, don't do it. Bobby, don't do it. Every time you was committing fornication, don't do it, Samantha. Very patient, you know what I'm saying? So just point that out, because even right here, the watchers are like, the angels are like, yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You know? All right, and then go to, I think I'm gonna read, probably skip over 10. Let me skim a moment real quick. And probably skip over 10. Probably go to probably 10 and 7. And the whole earth hath been corrupted throughout the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. Dang. And and this is why Satan wanted to go after the woman first, because the woman is the weaker vessel, but she's powerful too. Once she got done out of fallen angel baby daddy camp, she came to the man a whole different being. You talking about a Proverb 31 woman, you seen her in high school, a sweet, kind woman. She went to college and she came back as a stripper, knowing how to entice men, knowing everything. And these women going out turning them out. They're toying with you. They call them boy toys. You bored me. I'm just going to toy with you. Because they perverted the women. Okay. 8. And Gabriel said, Yah, proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of, I'll skip over that, but chapter 12, I just wanted to read that main one, 7, verse 7. Chapter 12. Before these things Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of man knew where he was hidden, and where he abode, and what he had become, and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And Enoch was blessing Yah of majesty, and the King of the ages. Man, boy, Enoch got it. Man, boy, ain't it, boy, I tell you.
Man. Enoch was straight with y'all, man.
Enoch, Abraham, and Noah, boy, they got some high roles in the kingdom. And Enoch was blessing Yah of majesty, and the King of ages. And lo, the watchers called me and said to me, Enoch, thou scribe of righteousness, go declare to the watchers of the heaven, who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives. Ye have wrought great destruction on the earth. See that? Because they bought these witches here. They bought these monsters here. I mean, some of these, boy, man, these guys turn these women, the women who do succumb to them, I mean, that's why the scriptures say we don't go into, I ain't going to eat too much, I have to talk about it a little bit. Ye have wrought great destruction on the earth, and ye shall have no peace, nor forgiveness of sin. And in so as much as they delight themselves in their children, Enoch is talking to the angels, fallen angels who had children, because, you know, as the scriptures say, blessed is the man who have a quiver full of them, and the angels will have to have children too. The murder of their beloved ones shall they see, and over the destruction of their children shall they lament, and shall make supplication unto eternity. But mercy and peace shall ye not attain. That's deep, man. You know, they probably crying about, you know, their children right now. I miss Bobby. We used to play football, man. You know, hey, Bobby. They probably, you know, some of them chained up in Tartars right now. You know, you wrong for this, y'all. You know, I want my. You know, but yeah, they love their children though, man. Satan children. I mean, Satan ain't gonna die for them, but you know, up until that point, you know, there's love there. You know what I'm saying? I always say that. You know, until you know you can ask anything of me except that. You know what I'm saying? I give you some money, I go out and fight for you, but I'm not putting my life on the line for you, man. That's why you ever watch 48 Hours? They be snitching on each other like, boy, yeah, he killed him. He killed him. Ain't no order amongst thieves.
48 Hours.
No, the TV show, the criminal. Where the detectives go out trying to solve crimes, but people be snitching on each other left and right. Boy, I ain't no snitch. They say if you see somebody smoking a cigarette when they come out, it's bad news for you. they done told them. but this is y'all warning. Okay, so we understand the root of where witches come from. They come from the fallen angels who taught them how to cutting the roots, enchantments, and all that other stuff. So now we'll go to Exodus 22 and y'all's warning about these witches. Okay, because y'all don't like these baby mamas. Exodus 22:18. And sometimes I didn't have too much time to go do like the when they used to kill all the witches back in the like in the 1800s. But I'm sure everybody here familiar with that. But now you understand, and those were Puritans, so they were, you know, they had a very harsh manner with them. Towards things, you know, it was not. They were basically pre-Christ type of people. You know, they would kill you. You know, it wouldn't be like, hey, get out of here. You know, they were like, no, you're a witch. You know, nowadays it's like, hey, you can't be amongst the congregation. We're gonna pray for you or whatnot, or you know, come back and get ready. They would kill you. You know, literally. So, but that's not necessarily unjust because witches are some evil beings. You know what I'm saying? They operate with Satan. So just like tomorrow, they'll be placing a hex on the Supreme Court judge tomorrow, and they will ask for $5 donations. I don't get that, boy. All these people, man, they be into all type of magic type stuff, man. They be putting chicken blood on their head, and they can't summon $20 to come up.
$5, you know on it. I got $5 on it. I got $5 on it. $5 to get in, man. I want in, $5. I want in.
Man, I never get that, boy. They'll be telling you they can make you rich and all that, but they want you to pay them for their services. What you mean you can make you rich? You supposed to be able to manifest some gold, some something. They can't do nothing, boy. Just, you know.
Nothing.
Just nothing.
Yahushua don't know what to do it.
All right, Exodus 22:18. All right, 22:18. Thou